Hey, what is going on, everybody? Ali Madawi here live with you with Christina Perry, and we're back like we've never left. It is Yup Daily on this amazing 11th of the 1st of 2021. Well, first and foremost, thank you so much for being here with us, and we've missed you. How you've been? I mean, Christina, how you doing? I mean, how was the first 11 days of the January 2020 and have treated you so far?
It's been amazing. How you doing?
I've never, ever been better, and I'm excited. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Yup Daily, and today we're going to be talking about the personal requirement of entrepreneurship. We usually talk about business requirement, like what do you have to do from a practicality standpoint. Today, we're going to talk about you specifically and personally from our own mistakes and our own glories as well, so you can learn a little bit. But before we do, let me go ahead and say what's up to some of our amazing attendees from 6 different continents. We start with Weenie all the way from Australia. What's up, my friend? We're so happy and glad to have you. Debbie Simons from Florida. What's going on, Deb Andrews? Indiana is in the house. Talia from Florida. John Jennings with a G and a double N. What's going on? Hey, Claire. Go Ravens. I said it just for you because I saw your story. I don't know anything else about sports. I love it. What's going on, Jen Jones? Love having you in here. Well, that's amazing. Listen, feel free to start a watch party should you want to, and or share and or tag your friends who need to hear this message, because we're going to give you some generic information that I genuinely believe can help you out with your business and maybe even your personal journey. So first things first, let me introduce this amazing rock star right in here, this superhuman right in here. Not only she's amazing in every way, shape, or form, but Christina Perry, that I'm privileged to get to work with on a daily basis, has been documented, has been contributing, has been helping hundreds of thousands of people across her young career. And here's the better part about this. As amazing as she is, as much as she's been involved in creating hundreds of millions of dollars over the years, as much as she's been featured in business magazines, you wouldn't be able to tell. And that's why I'm so honored that she's here with us. And here's why. She has specific elements about herself as a human being that she focuses more on than the bling or the green. Oh, yeah. And that is the main reason why she's created the impact that she has over the years. Now, I'm privileged to call her a mentor, and she is an incredible human being. So I'm glad to have you in here with us, Christina, every single day, because you could have been anywhere you wanted around the world, but you chose us, and we appreciate that.
Oh, my gosh, Ali. Well, first of all, thank you. You know what, Ali, it's, I do want to clarify. He said hundreds of millions. I just want to make sure that that hasn't been hundreds of millions in my bank account. That's been, however, we have produced well more than 100 million in sales. Definitely there. I just wanted to clarify that.
It's part of today's lesson. I love what you just did.
Yeah, just making sure.
Yeah. So let's get into it. How many of you would agree that in the business space that we are in today, where 90% of it is digital and marketing, and I would even say at times hype, it became these dirty waters that, you know, everyone now is an influencer. Everyone now is a guru. Everyone is a coach who's coaching coaches how to become coaches. And it's kind of making some of us not comfortable or not set up to win, or just overall looking bad. Well, today, I want to make a little bit of a distinction so you can set yourself up to showcase your value, to be as great and amazing as you can be, but at the same time, without compromising your core values. What do I mean? See, one of the things that I want to start with is attitude. Drop attitude in the comment, because this is where it all begins and it all sustains. See, your attitude when you don't have success is going to tell a whole lot about your attitude while you're making your way towards success. Your attitude is going to determine how fast or slow you're going if you ever attain the level of success, or not at all. So, Christina, I know that you can definitely elaborate on this one alone in a full seminar, but talk to us about the importance of attitude as a human being when it comes to building a business.
Wow. Absolutely. So, y'all, let's think about this for a second. So, when you look at an attitude, we know an attitude can be, could be several different things here. So, first of all, we're talking about in a business sense, but guys, your personal attitude is going to feed into the business world, right? And so, you were talking, Ali. Yes, there's a lot of people that are coaches and mentors, and there's a lot. You also, made the comment about being documented. There's a lot of people out there that are documented, successful in this industry or as coaches, success coaches, and there's a whole line of that. But guys, you can also go out there and just put that title on your name on social media and claim it without being documented. So there's a lot of people that do that as well. Doesn't necessarily mean, that they're at that level to be able to come back and teach that. But let me go back to the whole attitude process. It is about, so there's people, yes, I've been in this industry as an entrepreneur full-time for 18 years. And I can tell you unequivocally that my attitude has had everything to do with where I am today. And, I think that when we go to bed at night and we wake up in the morning, we talk about having, attitude, gratitude, the attitude of gratitude, which is so important. Guys, you have to keep yourself in check. You have to keep yourself in check, whether it's about having success and you think inside of here that you may be better than others. Guys, no. The ego's got to stay checked for sure. There's those of you that feel like you haven't reached that success. Your ego gets in the way there too. See, an ego can be on either side of that. So when I think of attitude, I think you can also Ali, throw that ego in there, because ego is not just somebody sitting there thinking that they are better than others because they've reached success. Here's my whole philosophy with that. That was yesterday. I mean, we edify. I think we've talked about this. We edify each other. So-and-so's done this and this and this and this and this. And Jimmy will say about me, all those magazines. I'm like, that was in 2009 and 10. And, yes, I've been in magazines since then, but that was yesterday. It's about what are we going to do today? But the attitude part and the ego part is on either side, like I said, whether you are already in success or feel that, or if you're just getting started, Ali.
Yeah, I love that you've transitioned to ego, because I literally had it in here. So one of the things, and Dr. Breakthrough said it for the first time I heard it, the way he said it is edging God out or edging your greatness out. And this is so factual. Ego is not confidence. Ego actually is telling me that you are subconsciously broken inside and you're trying to flex your muscle to convince me that you still got it. I'll give you an example, and I'm not going to mention his name, but there is an artist that I've worked with in the past that a 3-time Grammy Award nominee, never won. But that was the only highlight he's ever had in his career. And every single time I have ever talked to him, or he's ever been on a venue anywhere doing anything, every time he starts his Instagram lives, Facebook lives, anything that he does, guess what he says? Hey, everybody, it's your boy, 3-time Grammy nominee. But that happened in 1983. I was born in 1985. I've never heard of him until someone introduced him to me in 2014 to potentially collaborate and work together. But instead of identify your talent and your skill and just recreate yourself, rebrand yourself, build yourself, he's still caught up in 1983. And the challenge is he's still doing the same exact things in 1983. Now, here's the thing. He's connected to so many amazing Hollywood celebrities, but They never feature him in anything and anywhere at any time, because they know he comes 3-time Grammy. Now we've heard it again, and he keeps on edging his greatness out, as Doc teaches us, right? So ego is your enemy. Yeah. Listen, I don't care about your records that you sold in 1983. It is no longer relevant today. What is the impact that you're creating today? This is why many athletes, they have a phenomenal career, but once those cleats are hung, they're done. Yep. They're done. They have no transition, and they just end up losing the little bit that they've saved. So what's your take on that? Because I know you've seen some amazing people over the years too.
Well, I'm sitting here kind of chuckling inside. It's like the high school football player, because you went into the sports direction, although I'm learning from you don't really know anything about sports. I don't know if that's true or not, or you just say
I know it all.
No. I mean, it's like the high school, quarterback where it was that one play at the end of one game and they've talked about it for 30 years. That was yesterday. One of the things that I learned from Danny Johnson many, many years ago, what weighs more, your ego or your bank account?
Mm-hmm.
Your ego or your bank account. And so again, I was very serious when I said it goes both ways. So y'all, there's a lot of people. I mean, I've been where I've made 7 figures in a year, and based on family things or things that happened that went completely backwards. There's been people that have had it all, lost it all. There's been people that can't get another ego out of the way to actually get them moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
I'm going to share with you a couple of simple things, Ali. So for those of you, we'll give a couple of different examples. So the ego that I mean of the person that is really wants to make it happen. I've never had success as an entrepreneur. Never have had success. Why is that? Is it your ego? Again, either way, it's the ego versus the bank account. But is it your ego that I'm not going to pick up the phone? This is simple, guys. Is it your ego that you're afraid, or there's that fear of rejection, so you're not actually going to send out messages? Guys, that's ego. Is it your ego that's keeping you from success? It's those simple things. And going back to Ali, I could have, because of success that I've had, I could have an ego. Thinking, that I'm, because I've reached success in the past, and I obviously in the place where I'm now, I feel incredibly blessed. But we always have to check that. It always needs to be checked at the door. People immediately sense that about you. I'm talking to you, all of you out there. Think about where does your ego lie in there? Where is that for you? It could be in so many different ways. And is that keeping you from moving forward with Yep? Is it keeping you from moving forward even in your personal life? So what weighs more, your ego or your bank account? Whether you're here trying to move up, or you're here and you've come down a little bit but need to get back up, guys, check it at the door. It's so important, Ali.
Absolutely. I got 2 more. And I think we're really are getting into the meat and potato in here. Drop ego if that really hit home with you. Now, the next one that I want to address, and it has 2 parts, or one versus the other. One of the things that you see all the time and you hear nowadays with attraction marketing is FOMO, create fear of missing out. You need to create fear of missing out. And then we come in here and we're like, no, you need to give on with abundance. You need to give 10 times what you actually are getting paid for. You give it all out for free and then ask on the back end if people want to do business with you. So what's your take on, is there a balance of FOMO, or should you go all out abundance, or is there any gray line that people tend to cross one versus the other and not necessarily respect the idea of being abundant?
Yeah. So that's a very interesting question. So the fear of missing out, I think we definitely have to be careful of that, because like you said, there is a fine line, because sometimes if you're using that and it depends on how it comes across, but if you are in a recruiting mode and it's this push of where is that fear of missing out, that can come across as being very pushy, where it's about you, not about them. So the whole abundance side of it's about the other person and not about you, right? It's about, that's why I love our Yep to Freedom Challenge. So to me, when you're doing don't think I haven't done it. I've built fires, and that's a whole nother training. But, so there is the fear of missing out there. But it's got to be used in the right sense, Ali, when you're doing that, because we do not, as a community, we do not want to come across as somebody who's trying to be pushy to get someone in. Does that make sense?
Oh, it absolutely does. I think it's a yin to the yang. See,
yeah.
Fear of missing out, as long as it's genuine and true. Let me explain. If I only have 100 seats on an event that I'm throwing, and there is 15 seats left, and I'll let you know genuinely, like, dude, there's literally 15 seats. That's fear of missing out in a genuine, like, I'm not making it up. But if you just keep on saying over and over and over, I got only 15 tickets left, well, in reality, you have 300 just because that's gonna, it's not about what you're saying. How is it translating for your team that are following your lead, and how are they pushing that message? And it could be counterproductive. Living in abundance, I have one rule. I'm going to give you $10,000 worth of training every time I meet you. I don't care if you're watching for free. I don't care if you're a member or not. I don't care if you're doing anything or financially or business-wise. I'm going to give you $10,000 worth every single time, because if you are faith-based and truly love and care about people, because that's what I hear all the time. I love to help people. Cool. Stop hurting your greatness and give on. You got to give with abundance. And when you do give with abundance, those that you give on, they're going to give right back to you. You know, it works out perfectly every single time. Like, I don't have to ask you for anything if I've given you 9 times, and the one time that you see me pushing the car by myself, I know for a fact you come out of your house, put a jacket on, and start pushing the car with me. Yes or yes?
Oh, yeah. But again, let me just jump in here real quick, too. So here's the thing. When you're giving, with the whole thing of giving abundance, make sure that that's truly coming from your heart. Make sure, I mean, look, again, this is our Yep to Freedom Challenge. We are giving and giving and giving. But be careful, because it's like when you give a gift or you help someone, don't have this mindset that you're going to get something back. Do it because you want to do it. Yes, when we do our Yep to Freedom Challenge, guys, and all this is setting up for, starting our next challenge, which day 0 will be Friday or Saturday, and then next Monday, the 18th, we'll start our new corporate Yep to Freedom Challenge. So give, not to expect to give back. So we've got the Yep to Freedom Challenge worth, in my opinion, especially with the speakers that's going to be on this next time, you're talking $25,000, $40,000 to $40,000 worth of content,
literally,
that we are giving.
Yeah.
Yes, do we want people to come on board with us? Absolutely. But make sure when you are out there prospecting and talking to people, don't make it be, hey, you get to this because I know, because you are going to join us, or you are. Just make sure you put that out there. They're going to automatically want to be a part of this community, and they're going to what you put out comes back. Right, Ali? So putting that out, that's the people that you're going to attract. So be very careful about that.
Awesome stuff. I got one last one, and I think this is probably the most impactful one for credibility, influence, longevity, and building a house of cards. How you treat people. See, how you treat people will be the most impactful part of your growth or lack thereof. It will be what builds your influence and credibility and trust. Doesn't matter how good you are at anything. It only matters how you treat people. Are you respectful? Are you condescending? Are you pushy? Are you respectful? Do you listen more than you speak? Like those things that, I read a book called How to Win and Influence People. Like, that's great that you read the book, but do you live by those terms? I'm like, I'm a faith-based person. Cool. Do you judge people, or do you actually just love on people no matter what? Do you turn the other cheek, or do you say, no, I'm going to fight back and I'm going to argue and I'm going to yell? These are things that not only those that you are speaking with directly, whether they're prospects, whether they're business colleagues, whether they're employees, whether they're in your team, and those who are collaborating with you. Plus, your team is watching you. It's like when my son watches me talking on the phone or things of that nature. The other day, Saturday, our son is walking around and he goes like, "What the heck?" He's 3.5. And I was like, "Hey, what did you say?" And mom's like, I'm like, no, because if he says what the heck, he'll be comfortable to say everything else. I'm like, why would you say that? And he put his head down. I said, son, who says that? And guess what he said? You, Papa. And I was like, I probably said what the heck. Maybe I know I've said it before. So it is on me how I speak that influences those who are around me. So how are you treating people? Christina, please take it away.
This is very powerful, everyone. And I've noticed a couple of people put the golden rule. That's one of the things that I live by. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. But here's the thing. You want to treat people how you want to be treated, for sure. And it is about, God did give us, two ears and one mouth. Sometimes I wonder about people with the radio.
They flip
Like,
it.
yeah, it is. People flip that a lot. But here's the thing, and this is just it's this simple. And I know we hear about the dash between your birth date and when we expire, and what are we remembered by? See, to me, it's about actions. It's what you do. People can say who they are, what they are all day long. But it is about how you truly treat people. If I disrespect someone, why in the world would I expect that person to respect me?
Yeah.
It's even like parenting or grandparenting in my case too. But it's about it's like that we expect our children to respect us, but if we don't respect them, how do we expect that to come back? How you speak to people is so important. Have you ever recorded yourself in a conversation? Have you ever gone back and listened to that? And you and I both know, I'm speaking to every one of you, when you put your head on the pillow at night, you know your conversations, you know your actions. Can you sleep soundly? You have to ask yourself that. And I'll share this. It's always about forgiveness. I love the word forgiveness, and I love being able to, when you ask forgiveness, if you know that you've done something, you don't need somebody to tell you, you should be able to know right here in your heart if you've done something that you need to ask forgiveness for. So I would take that step and make sure that you do that, because this is a relationship business. Your personal life is about relationships. It is all about building those relationships. And I wonder sometimes when I look back, and yes, I've Googled myself before. I bet all of you have. That's not of ego. That's just, I want to make sure, have I left a company and people maybe weren't happy about that? I want to make sure that my reputation is what I believe it is. Oh. And again, Ali, am I perfect? No. But ladies and gentlemen, treat people the way you want to be treated. Not the way you have been treated, but the way you want to be treated.
Yeah, no, I love that. And I hope these pointers resonate with you, business or not. Like, you don't have to be in business to be a good person, and you don't have to be a good person. And you have to be a good person to be in this world, in this society that we live in. Otherwise you're going to struggle. How do you want to build relationships that can be sound and assist you and help you out to elevate yourself and go to the next level if you're not working on yourself, on all these different things, whether it's your attitude, whether it's ego, whether it's living on abundance? Like, all these things actually matter, and they matter for you. There's a reason someone didn't want to do business with you, just like someone didn't want to do business with me. There's something that I said or something that I did that triggered them the wrong way. I was on a call last week with Dante and a great rock star from the Virgin Islands, and she's a neurolinguistic programmer. So she pays attention to everything that you do, your eyes, your tonality, your body language, And then she said something, and when I repeated it, I was like, since you talked about incentivizing and giving more value, she's like, I didn't say giving more value. She cut me off right away, like right then. I was like, I apologize. I assumed that's what she was like. No, that's not what I said. So with someone like that, I was like, man, did I rub the conversation the wrong way? Did I lead her to believe that I'm assuming and not paying attention? So you have to be very careful, because you just never know who you're talking to. So I hope this message helped you out today. Identify some of the areas that you need to work on, just like I need to work on, just like Christina needs to work on. We're not preaching here that like we got it all figured out. No, these are our mistakes, our errors, our issues, our flaws. We're just sharing them with you so you to make the appropriate adjustment wherever you see fit. And please make sure you join us the 18th of January, and I believe it's going to be triggering somewhere in the bottom. January 18th, for you to join us, make sure you go to yuptofreedomchallenge.com. There it is, yuptofreedomchallenge.com, and make sure you register. Let me tell you this. It hasn't been announced, and I think it's going to be announced tonight officially. but there are two mega celebrities. I'm talking about primetime TV celebrities who have done billions and billions and billions in sales and done amazing things, who are going to be in this challenge from the 18th of January. Day zero starts on Friday. That's where we set up the expectations. So make sure you register. That way you can refer others. This is generic content, generic information. So if you want to include your team, you can actually do so as we give you a referral link. That way they're always connected with and for you. So please, please, please make sure you register in yuptofreedomchallenge.com, and make sure, for those of you who are in our community, you make it an amazing, productive day. We have so many things going on for our EU team at 1 o'clock, for the rest of the world at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and so much more. Until tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you're going to be seeing Mr. Izell and some mystery coaches as well, who are going to give you different perspectives and also what you should expect for the Yup to Freedom Challenge. So we're excited. Christina, I'm very grateful for you, as always, to give me the opportunity to share this session with you. You are amazing.
You are, Ali. So let me just finish by saying that you just gave all these accolades. And I know so many of y'all know Ali, but I hope that each and every one of you know everything that he does. I mean, every single day. He takes off some time on Sunday. We all need to. But Ali, we just appreciate everything that you do, every Zoom that you're on, every training. You put so much into this company, and we truly love you. We want to thank all of you guys. I will share this. This is going to be our biggest and best. We're going to say that probably every time.
Yep.
But it's just getting better and better. But let me share with something from a corporate standpoint. This Yup to Freedom Challenge, you want to pack this out. Yeah. Just mark my words on that. God bless each and every one of you. And we will see you guys tomorrow.
Peace out, everybody. Ciao.